It's Texas' biggest politics and policy event. Texas Tribune Festival is going on this weekend in downtown Austin, and today was day 2. And joining us tonight is Ian Mitra, the senior managing editor for the Tribune, to talk about the high points of today's TribFest events. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Great to be here.
Now, one of today's big panels featured the 3 members of the Texas House Committee that's investigating the Robb Elementary School shooting that happened in Uvalde. What were the big takeaways from those committee members?
You know, one of the things that really kind of was a point of debate was the whole aspect of raising the minimum age for purchase of assault-style weapons. This is something that, many families in Uvalde were calling for and asking for a special session, actually. And so, the 2 Republicans among the committee members, Eva Guzman and Dustin Burrows, were kind of not in support of raising the age, while Democrat Joe Moody was. And so this is something that's going to be kind of a continuing debate and issue, even heading into the legislative session.
Now, another panel focused on the upcoming Texas legislative session, and what did state lawmakers have to say about potential priorities that they'll be looking at in January?
One of the things that came up in a couple of sessions was the aspect of exceptions for the ban on abortion that the state now has. One senator from East Texas, Robert Nichols, expressed some potential support for an exception in cases of rape. This is also something that the House Speaker Dade Phelan kind of talked about, saying that there could be potential discussion about exceptions as well. And so he also said that he's heard from medical professionals about concerns related to the abortion ban and things like miscarriages and ectopic pregnancies. So that was a big thing that came up.
The budget is always a big deal during the legislative session. What did lawmakers say about how taxpayer dollars could be spent in the future?
Well, Texas is fortunate in that it's because of higher income there, the budget is seeing a little bit of a surplus, or quite a bit of a surplus, actually, billions of dollars. And so, I think the speaker in his interview today was talking about being open to some tax cuts. How that will take shape, that'll be discussed in the future, but there will also be discussions about education funding as well as health funding. Those are always the biggest parts of the state budget, but it's going to be interesting to see kind of how those debates take place, as there are some pretty big numbers and some flexibility with the budget.
It will be interesting indeed. Ian Mitra with the Texas Tribune, thank you so much for joining us here on KVUE.
Thank you.